make corner joints.
Beautiful, perfect fit.
And it's set on a normal 90-degree angle for any cuts that meet a wall. Marks on the styrofoam show where the hidden studs are, and when all the wood is screwed in place, this step's done.
Next step is chink the wall.
Chink is also called purging. It's basically mortar, and it gets piped into the spaces, then smoothed down with a wet wooden shim. This entire job takes our experts 2.5 hours.
Just that easy.
Yep.
To make it easy on the bad handyman, Jeff is explaining all the particulars.
Make sure you find your studs. You put your wood into place.
Most important is installing the wood horizontally.
Once your wood's up,
If the wood isn't up horizontally, what will the purging rest on?
This purging material goes in between each board?
yes.
Oh, I see.
And with that, the build begins. Brian M. cuts his foam perfectly,
I want to keep these for spare parts.
but Johnny is having some difficulties. So Darlis wants him to melt the foam with a soldering gun.
This will make your life a lot easier. You just press the trigger.
It doesn't work. And a wood saw is also not the sharpest idea.
This isn't working either.
Eric doesn't have washers.
I can't believe I forgot to buy those. Improvise.
When wooden shims don't work,
No nails needed.
Eric decides to stick his foam to the studs using an all-purpose adhesive.
That's a good plan.
Brian P. forgot to buy washers and screws.
Hey, we've got finishing nails.
You have that in your hair.
What?
This.
Where? Here?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Brian M.'s problem in this challenge
Oops.
stems from his inadequacies when it comes to screwing.
Oh, frig.
To put it mildly, Brian M.'s screwing lacks elegance. And when screwing, elegance should always be the goal. Angie could also learn to do her screwing with a little more finesse. And Johnny, well, he just likes screwing way too much.
Do you think you need that many, dear?
Yeah, I do. I do. I really do. I do believe I do.
Okay.
I'm certain that I do.
For his wood walls, I want Brian P. to try screwing with a drill and cutting with a power saw.
I never use a saw. No friggin' way.
After a little pressure, Brian P. agrees to try using the drill.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, what the?
With a little practice,
Once you learn how to use a drill, it's not bad.
this virgin screwer can't get enough.
Ouch! Jesus, that hurt.
What happened?
These screws went in my ass, man.
While Johnny searches for his knife,
We just had a.
Johnny, I don't know where it went.
Well, it was it was here. I just used it.
Angie wants to install her wood the wrong way.
No, okay, I don't want it that way.
This way?
Yeah, I want it that way.
Screwing the wood up vertically means the chinking will have nothing to rest on.
How bad would nails be? I'd rather use nail.
The problem with nails is that they're harder to control. The hammering leaves dents in the wood. And in the end, nails just aren't as strong as screws.
Oh, crap.
When we come back, Brian M. quits rehab.
I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Most of the nominees for Canada's Worst Handyman are enjoying their educational stay in rehab.
Every day I've been here, I've learned a lot.
I'm learning a lot.
I'm learning a lot.
I learned how to tighten stuff.
But Brian M. wants to learn faster.
I'm not getting the training I would like to get out of this.
This morning, Brian M. doesn't want to finish his rough wood wall covering.
Any questions?
Yeah, before we go, could we get some instructions on some of the big power tools?
Absolutely. Today, though, we're going to do the finishing of the boards and then purging in between. Go!
Perfect.
I'm not going to go until I get some lessons. I feel very uncomfortable.
Brian M. can't comfortably handle a circular saw or a drill. But now he wants to start handling the largest, most dangerous tools we have on site.
I'm not going to do anything until I'm shown these power tools, all of them. If you can promise to me right now that during this time period today, that I'll learn all these tools here, I'll go do my project. Until then...
I promise you that you will not learn all these tools here today. We've got a 15-day educational system worked out.
I'm sorry. Goodbye.
But Brian...
The tools are intimidating. I walk in the door and there's big saws and on stands and you know, names like craftsmen just sort of staring me in the eye. And I don't even know these things.
You don't need them for this job.
That's all right. I need them for my job, my life.
But we're going to get there. It's day 3,
Are you promising that?
Yeah, I'm promising you that.
Can you promise me that today?
You need to understand how to use a circular saw that's handheld before you move on to a big thing.
So you're gonna okay, well, can I get your commitment saying you're going to show me these things?
Good Lord, how many times do I have to tell you? We're going to teach you how to use the saws.
Okay.
You're going to understand the power tools. You're going to understand the hand tools.
I'm not as annoyed by this as Eric is.
Get going!
Yeah.
Get the freaking going now!
Let's get going.
You're distracting me! Get the out of here!
Angie gets her purging material mixed to a cake frosting consistency.
It is like making a cake.
But with her wood on vertically, the purging has no hope of staying in place.
Falling down the wall. I'm not doing something right, am I? Look at it all falling and hitting the floor. Oh, yeah.
Angie is so confused by this gravitational phenomenon, she wants Eric to explain.
I'm going up and down the walls and it's all falling and hitting the floor. Am I missing a step?
You might be too thin.
Johnny is also nailing his wood up vertically. Although, unlike Angie, Johnny doesn't hammer very well. This nail takes him 61 painful swings.
Ow! Oh, did you hit your thumb?
In Brian P's room, the purging is going on the wall quite quickly. In fact, Brian P says you can stick a fork in this job.
Done like dinner.
But Brian P's wall has a lot of uncovered foam. Instead of nailing his wood up in even rows,
I can do here or there, doesn't matter. Whatever one you want.
Brian M is creating a patchwork wall.
Where? Where do you want it? Where do you want it?
When his gappy wood is ready for the purging, Brian M wipes water on everything.
I'm going to wet it because just as a bonding, you know, sometimes they need that. I don't know.
Brian M needs serious help.